Ladies and gentlemen, a Trump-appointed judge will preside over the case in Florida, perfect for Trump, yet so many Clinton-appointed judges giving a free pass to Madam Secretary, going after Trump, not a word from Democrats and media. Oh, that was impartiality. That was just the rule of law. Oh, that was fantastic. God forbid Trump complains about a judge. It's the end of the world. But when the tables are turned, it's a Trump-appointed judge who sided with him previously during the special counsel probe with a special prosecutor to look and sift through belongings of Trump that the Bureau took. Oh my God, it was just Trump. A Trump-appointed judge. We can't have that. We have to have her recuse herself. Meanwhile, the Clinton-appointed judges should never recuse themselves when they go after Michael Flynn or Trump or George Papadopoulos. No. You can't recuse yourself if you've been appointed by a Democrat or President Obama. But you must recuse yourself if you've been appointed by Trump. And the rebuttal will be, it's his... He's on trial, and he appointed the judge. Well, Clinton was on trial. Clinton was being investigated, and there were Clinton-appointed judges. Clinton was being investigated, but there were also investigations into Trump where Clinton-appointed judges had to rule. So that's fair? You get appointed by Clinton, and the judge then oversees a trial against her direct political rivals in Trump and people associated with Trump. That's fair. They shouldn't recuse themselves then. Then they'll be impartial and unbiased and apolitical. Give me a break. But anyway, ABC News, Judge Eileen Cannon, a Trump appointee initially assigned to oversee his case. Politico, Trump appointee judge to oversee indictment court appearance. Yahoo News, why critics are upset that Judge Eileen Cannon will preside. Critics are upset when it's a Trump-appointed judge. They're never upset when it's an Obama or Clinton-appointed judge. They're never upset. They could never imagine a Democratic president appointing a judge and that judge siding with the Democratic Party and deliberately going against Trump. That would never in a million years happen, right? Anyway, there is a good chance, that being said, there is a good chance that she'll clear or at least provide the jury with enough information, logical, protocol and regulations and guidelines to actually clear Trump. We're talking about boxes that were moved. We're not talking about secret private servers. This is like what Clinton presided over was the Mount Everest of classified data breaches. Now they're worried about boxes. And then you have classified data in Biden's garage, where Hunter allegedly summarized classified data to facilitate business deals, according to Ted Cruz and Chuck Grassley. But you have a former president who claimed that he declassified everything, and you're not even giving him the benefit of the doubt. You're just indicting him for moving boxes. He's not going to go to prison for any of these things. He's not going to go to jail. He won't see one day in a jail or prison. It will never happen. He could get convicted, but any conviction will be overturned. Because compared to, and this is, you must always use whataboutism. That's what they call whataboutism about 20 years ago, 10 years ago, used to be called hypocrisy, a double standard. You cannot treat Trump in a manner that you didn't treat Hillary Clinton or Biden or Hunter. You cannot do that. The entire planet knows that they're treating Donald Trump in a manner that they would never, that they haven't treated themselves. People know this. The Honorable James Comey could not find intent. How do you unintentionally use private servers for 4 years? Do you just stumble upon the servers every single day like you're a zombie and transfer the classified data for 4 years? You don't even know what you're doing. It's unintentional. It was just for yoga. I mean, they believe the most outlandish, absurd, stupidest excuses with Democrats and with Trump. You moved a box. Indict! Arrest! I mean, who are you fooling? I mean, you have to be the biggest imbecile. You have to be the biggest partisan imbecile on the planet to think that this isn't a blatant attempt at interfering in 24. Just trying their best to go after Trump and disparage him and knock him out of 24. But nobody cares. Democrats can indict him 60 times before 24. He'll still get almost half the electorate, and he's still up in the polls in terms of the popular vote, and he has a very good chance of regaining the Oval Office. You don't have to be a legal scholar to realize none of this makes any sense. And it's only purely political. There's nothing to do with the rule of law. This has absolutely nothing to do with the rule of law. It's only about political persecution. And you don't have to like Trump. You don't have to, you could think that, he's a terrible person. All that. The bottom line is that the actual bullies, the actual authoritarians, the actual totalitarian type of individuals, they're going after him. They're very diplomatic. They have the media. They have the wonderful, morally superior liberal Democrats on their side. They have Hollywood. They're really wonderful people. They care about the planet. They care about words. They never tweet anything mean, except the most vitriol and venom is tweeted by the morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats on Twitter. But anyway, it's Trump who's a bully and mean. And he's so terrible for democracy as they cheat Bernie Sanders in a DNC primary. I mean, you can't get... They're like the definition of hypocrisy. You talk about people who disown friends and family. What kind of sad, pathetic person do you have to be to backstab a lifelong friend because of politics? A sad person. You're like major, to disown friends or family because of Trump, because of Republicans and Trump. I mean, you've convinced yourself because either ignorance of the corruption within the Democratic Party or this curve, everything's graded on a curve, well, we're not that bad. We're not as bad as Trump. No, you're worse. If you knew anything about Hunter and Joe and Hillary and the foundation and Haiti and the Uranium One, all of these scandals, they're far worse than anything Trump was ever accused of. And the ties to the Kremlin, I mean, you couldn't get closer to our mortal adversaries than Democrats. But hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. To my new Patreons, thank you. Your Patreon support is so greatly appreciated. Super thanks is below. To the members, thank you. To the people who were members, thank you. I love you all. Thank you so very much for watching, for your kind words. We're going to grow this channel. I mean, it's right now, the channel is in a kind of state of, it's doing well, but not nearly as well as it could do, that it will do. And so we'll have interviews soon. And for the people who've been here for many years, thank you. I love you too. And for your kind words, your encouragement means so much. And I've always had, since 2016, when I really started, working on the channel, I've always had the best comment section. This is the most awesome, basically almost pretty much every comment is positive and wonderful, and I just thank you for that. But anyway, you get the most bizarre and counterintuitive, outlandish, absurd rulings when a jury is not given all of the information to decide on a case. And then you have juries that will, because of one little bylaw or one little law that makes no sense, act in the most absurd manner. And so that's the judge's responsibility to give the jury information. That's why with the Durham probe, you had people who did lie to the Bureau. But because of certain guidelines that the jury was given, that they couldn't see certain pieces of evidence, then some of the trials didn't work out. And you had, Clinton appointed judges. That's not going to happen with the Trump appointed judge, who, by the way, already sided with Trump, and she should have done. That was a great call. And Now you have the hypocrites complaining on the left. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. I'll be back.